We are going to learn the factorization process by prime factorization in two different methods. Let's say we have a number 60. To prime factorize the number 60, we can utilize the process which is called tree factorization. In this method, we are going to be splitting up 60 into its prime factors, meaning we will only break them into prime numbers. No composite numbers can be the factors. So let's begin. First one would be, we know that 2 times 30 gives us 60. So 2 is a prime factor, but 30 is not a prime factor. So we need to break up 30 into further prime factors. So how do we get 30? We know 30 is made up with 2 and 15. 2 is a prime factor, but 15 again is composite. What do we do with 15? We break that up into 3 and 5. Now, as you can see, all the numbers at the end of the branches are prime numbers. So we are done with our tree factorization with prime factors. Let's see what are all the factors that we have obtained. So far we can see that 60 can be made up with 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. This gives me 60. We can check by recalculating these numbers. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 5 is 60. So yes, we have done correct factorization. This can also be written in index notation like this. 2 to the power 2 times 3 times 5. That means 60 is made up by 2 2s, 1 3 and 1 5. This is prime factorization of the number 60. This method is called the tree factorization. It's a rather lengthy method and not the best to be used if we are dealing with big numbers. A more efficient method and also very commonly known among students is the ladder method. Ladder method. Here we are going to draw a ladder-like structure like this. Put the number on the top rung. So now let's divide our number by all possible prime factors, starting with the smallest prime factor. So the smallest prime factor that can factorize 60 is number 2. So 60 divided by 2 will give us 30, and we put 30 in the second rung. We repeat the process. Now 60 needs to be divided by a prime factor, also starting with the smallest prime factor. So start with 2. This 30 can be divided by 2, and what do we get? 15. Now 15 is still composite, and we can further go ahead. We will divide this by prime factor again. Can it be divided by 2? No. So we move forward and see what else. It can be divided by 3. Therefore, we get a 5. Now, 5 needs to be factorized. Is there any number that can divide 5? No, but 5 itself. Therefore, we divide with 5 and we end with a 1. Once we've received a 1 at the end of the ladder, that means we have completed our factorization. Now let's see, what are all the prime factors that we've received? All the numbers on this side of the ladder are the prime factors. Let's list them. So prime factors of 60 are 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. And in index notation form, this can be written as 60 is equal to 2 square times 3 times 5. And to check have I solved it correctly, I can recalculate the number by doing 2 times 2, which is 4, 4 times 3, which is 12, 12 times 5 should be 60. So yes, I have solved it correctly. So from both methods, I will get my prime factors. In method 1, this is what I got, and in method 2, this is what I got. You will choose the method you prefer depending on the size of the number. In all practical purposes, large numbers are best solved using the ladder method.